Well, hey there, YouTube and everybody who watches these things. And thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate that. Week 5 update. What a week. Gosh. So, let's see what happened last. Well, I did skip some miles, so I'm definitely not a thru hiker, but I wasn't before. Definitely not a purist either. There were people that were getting sick in Tehachapi. Half were getting sick, half weren't. They also had the heat going through. I got off at Acton, and they said, hey, there's a heat wave coming through this weekend. It's going to be really bad. So I said, okay. Decided to go to Palmdale, maybe wait out the heat, and then I'd go back to Acton. Well, as I was doing that, people were saying, look, hey, there's no shame in skipping ahead because of the safety reasons. People were getting airlifted out. People were getting in some very serious trouble with the heat. Water was drying up. People were getting sick around one of the water caches. They thought maybe something was going on. So anyway, I skipped up just over 200 miles. That's a lot. Maybe I'll go back and do it. Maybe I won't. But I missed Hikertown. I missed Tehachapi. I didn't do the famous LA Aqueduct. So turns out some people were drinking tainted water. I don't know if I should or shouldn't have gone back to Acton, but I decided to skip up to Walker Pass and hike the 50 miles from Walker into Kennedy Meadows. And I overdid it a little bit, but I pushed, a 28-mile day, almost 29. But anyway, I did it. The miles were pretty good, so I felt good about it, but I pushed it hard. My body felt it. Got into Kennedy Meadows and, met some cool people. There's the general store. Everyone does the whole clapping. I felt kind of like, I don't know, not an imposter a little bit. I don't know. So many people were doing it, so I felt okay, but I'm hiking my own hike and making my own adventure. So spent some time at the general store, and then I went over and got to Grumpy's, or Grumpy Bear Retreat. That was unique. I was waiting for my package, and it didn't show that day. So this was like 3 days ago. It's Saturday or something like that today. I can't remember. Sorry about that. Wow. Okay. Things you don't notice when you thru hike. But I stayed at Grumpy's, had great hamburgers, breakfast. I did not do the hiker breakfast, which is an absolutely huge pancake that falls off the plate onto the table. All you can eat of those, with some sides. But the beer was good, so I stayed there the first night, made some friends, just kind of like talking to people, and then the second day, my package arrived a little bit late, but it did arrive, so that was great. And then that first night though, people were loud. They were very loud. We could hear them all the way from the tents, which was like not quite quarter mile. Turns out they got into some kind of a kerfuffle with the wait staff at Grumpy Bears, and they didn't know that you couldn't bring in liquor from another place. You had to buy the liquor on site, which is kind of normal. And there were some people that were just acting a fool anyway, but they were super loud. We could hear them, and so it turns out that the wait staff and the owner got really upset and cut them off. And that was like at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I could hear people behind me in the tent sites talking. So I was kind of around this guy named Lucky and Bobo. Nobody got any sleep. Not really. You couldn't get sleep because it was so damn loud. And then the next day, my package comes. It comes later in the day. And I thought, well, I don't really want to try and go out now. And they said, hey, in the next 2 days, there's going to be a cool down. Oh, that's perfect. So I went out, or I waited for the package, got it. Heavy bear canister. I decided to take my ice axe and the micros because my wife was upset with me when I thought about sending the package back. And she's like, we spent this money to send it, So, okay. Talked to some really cool people that night. It was all good. So I've been leapfrogging with people. 2 through hikers currently who hiked all the miles. Bobo and he's from Japan. He speaks some pretty decent English. And Lucky, he's from Australia. And at one point, the last night at Grumpy Bears, I was the only American. There's 3 other Australians at the table just talking. So we were just, introducing ourselves and whatnot. That's kind of cool. Then I came out here to the Sierras. I was nervous. Can I do this? Camped with Lucky and Bobo. It's been really cold. Really cold. It got down to freezing last night. I was worried about Lucky. I was really worried because he has a hole in his air pad. Let's see it here. And so it was freezing. It got below freezing. So I was worried about him. He said he woke up like 6 times to air it up. I don't know if he's going to camp here tonight. I got here early. I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I feel like I'm hiking faster. I got more weight than almost anybody. Nobody's really going to VVR. They're all going to Bishop for a resupply. I'm going straight through, and I'm still doing the same miles as they are. I'm still pretty much able to catch up and hike with them. So I feel good about that. Today I started 7-ish, right about 7, and I got here at 4 or so. So I'm doing good. I think it's going to be 2 small days, these upcoming days, because I want to wake up and do Forester in the morning. And I think I'm going to try and do Forester and Glen. But here's the cool part. So I think tomorrow, the way the mileage works, it's going to be like a 16.6 mile day, not big. But I'm going to be up at that Walker, the Wallace Creek area, where I stayed for the High Sierra Trail. I'm going to be going right past that. That's kind of cool. So less than a year, I'll be at the same area. But there's no snow here. There's no snow. It just gets really cold and really windy in the evenings. It's 47 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. The sun's still out. I could have been hiking. I could have done more miles. But this is what I agreed to, and maybe Lucky and Bobo are going to camp here tonight. I don't know if they'll make it or not. But I feel like I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So, yeah, a lot of miles done so far here this week. Definitely made some decisions to flip up. Maybe I made the right one, the wrong one, I don't know. Hardly any cell service out here, next to none. No bears yet, but there's a bear and a cub last night, just a couple miles from where we camped. That was the report that Bobo said when he came in. He said, they said they saw one with their cub. So, I don't know. So, a lot of people are going to do Whitney. I'm not. I'm skipping it. I've already done that last year. Forester, Glen, and keep going. So, anyway, you're caught up. Things are going good. I don't have a trail name, and I don't think I want one, really. I didn't partake in any shenanigans at Grumpy Bears, and overall, things are going pretty good. So, I still need to clean myself. So, sorry about that, everybody. But in any event, I'm out of the desert. I skipped the last terrible sections of the desert. Out of the desert, into the Sierras. I feel like I'm home. I feel like I'm back home. So, I feel like I'm coming home, too. So, anyways, thanks for listening to this. Hopefully this is helpful. The miles aren't that terrible. The gradient is not terribly, It's not like that. It's usually like that. Because it's ready for questions. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing for all of my subscribers. And if you want to subscribe, feel free to go ahead. Hit that like button and do all that great jazz. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I probably won't get to them for quite a long time, since I will try to just, power through the miles and do what I can. Get to Reno area, Tahoe area, and see if I want to continue this or not. And then, yeah, just keep going. Didn't think I'd make it this far. I didn't know that. So, all right, y'all. See you in the next video, if there is a next video. Thanks, Andrew.